Hey there. Today I want to share with you a high and a low that I experienced recently with my Spanish. A high is something good, a low is something that might discourage somebody, but I learned something from both.
English Without Fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
So, you know that I too am learning, working on, studying, um, acquiring Spanish. And I've been doing this for almost 4.5 years. The other day, I got to do something that really encouraged me. I had a problem with my bank, and I hate calling up banks or companies that have to do with money problems. But I have my online banking all in Spanish. So when I called customer service, I got a Spanish speaker to help me. This was the first time that I've done this. So I did say, "Oh, I'm working on my Spanish." I said this in Spanish, and I hope you will be patient with me. And she said, "No problem." I explained the difficulty, the problem I was having, and she gave me the help that I needed. And then I thanked her and we hung up. I was so encouraged. I live in an English speaking country. I don't live in a Spanish speaking country. But if I, like maybe you, if you live in England or America or Canada or Australia and are having to practice English in real life, you do have to use your English to get help. But I don't. So this was a good opportunity for me. But the very same week that I experienced that high, that encouragement, I called up a local Colombian friend of mine with whom I have not spoken Spanish for a year. And I thought, surely I will be able to understand her better this time. Well, friends, I did not. This gal doesn't know any English, and she speaks so fast. I understood only maybe 6 out of 10, 60% of what she said. I didn't feel like I had improved at all during the year. So that humbled me. It made me realize I still have a long way to go, but that's okay. Most Hispanics that I know speak slower than Lena. She has always spoken too fast for me. And even when I say, "Lena, por favor, habla más despacio, please speak slower," she doesn't. Oh well. One of the things that I'm realizing from my relationships with my ESL students, and now they're really friends, is that they continue to make mistakes. I understand everything they say. We have great conversations. This is a conversation class that I have with this particular group. And even though they don't say everything as I would, I, a native speaker, it doesn't matter. That helps me realize it's okay to make mistakes. The main thing is to communicate. And one last change that I have made is when I meet a Spanish speaker, I no longer say, I've been learning Spanish for 4.5 years. If they ask me, or if anybody asks me, do you speak Spanish? I now say yes. Because I do. Not like a native speaker, but I speak Spanish. And you know what? You speak English too. Even if you're a beginner, you speak English. That is wonderful. So be encouraged. Celebrate the high points. Don't fear the mistakes. Nobody is perfect except for God. Well, that's it for this episode. I'm Maria from English Without Fear. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here's my email